When participating in a firearms-related sport, our success and performance of our equipment can be greatly affected by the steps we take to maintain it. This is especially true when we torture our equipment when shooting black powder. We're taking a look at match gun cleaning and lubrication this week on the firing line. In one of our previous episodes of the firing line, we talked about bore brushes and some of the steps that I use to keep my firearms working during a match. We'll put a link to that video down below in the description. During that video, I referenced using a cleaner and lube to help my equipment function during a match. I also received several questions about what I use on my guns. Before we talk about specifics about what I use, let's take a second to talk about my purpose for cleaning firearms during the match. I am not necessarily trying to deep clean my guns between stages. However, knowing that I shoot real black powder and that black powder creates fouling when it's shot, my goal is to remove enough of that fouling to ensure that the firearms continue to function during the next stage. My rifle builds up some fouling on the chamber edge of the carrier, and depending on the weather, can really cause the action to become stiff to the point of making it extremely difficult to lever around during the course of fire. Definitely not something that you want to happen during a timed event. This fouling is soluble in water and can be wiped away very easily. However, to prevent unnecessary rust and corrosion, I don't necessarily want to continually bathe my rifle between each stage either. While my pistols can usually make it through a match without any work, depending on the weather, they too occasionally need just a little TLC to keep going through the match. But as we clean our firearms to remove the fouling, we are also removing much needed lubrication. Our firearms need lubrication in order to reduce friction between the moving parts. By reducing this friction, our firearms will handle smoother and be less prone to wear. For me, I look for a product that will both clean and lubricate my firearms at the same time. There are two major camps that you will find when talking about black powder match maintenance. You either use ballistol or you don't. While I am not personally in the ballistol camp, it does have its benefits as a multi-purpose cleaner, lube, and protector. Many folks, even smokeless shooters, promote ballistol as a superior all-in-one product. Many black powder shooters will make a mixture of 3 parts water to 1 part ballistol to use as a cleaner during the match. This mixture cleans the black powder fouling and leaves a coating of the ballistol behind to lubricate when the water evaporates. However, ballistol has one major drawback. It stinks. And I simply cannot handle the smell of it, so I don't use it. I create another mix that is comprised of equal parts Murphy's oil soap, isopropyl alcohol, and hydrogen peroxide. I make it up in small batches and keep it in a little bottle that you can get for $1 or so at the corner drugstore. Additionally, if you don't want to make the mix up fresh, you can substitute water for the hydrogen peroxide. The hydrogen peroxide and isopropyl alcohol work to remove the fouling, while the Murphy's oil soap is left behind as a lubricant. The isopropyl alcohol in the mix also helps it to evaporate faster. While I prefer to use other products to clean my equipment once the shooting is over, it's good to have a plan for dealing with equipment issues, including lubrication, during the match, no matter what type of propellant you use. So, what types of products do you prefer to use during a match? Leave your comments below and we'll see you next time on the firing line.